I'm back! And better than I was last week because I had a cold, which is why I didn't put up any videos or doing streams. Hello! Hi, welcome to another Fight of the Night review. I wanted to get this done yesterday because I was feeling better yesterday after my cold, but didn't have time because I had to have food. And also, the clock's changing sort of fucked things up a bit for me, so I'm still trying to get used to that. I don't know what that was, but we have a Fight of the Night to review. The co-main event of UFC 260 between my boy Vicente Luque and my former boy Tyron Woodley. So the fight only lasted a round, so this entire review is not going to last long, and I'm just going to try and break it down as it went. So let's go. So the fight starts and Tyron comes out quite aggressively. He sort of goes for a punch at the beginning and then just sort of turns it into a clinch and pushes Vicente against the cage. And they're doing a lot of trading back and forth against the cage with the clinch. Luque eventually manages to turn it around on Woodley and sort of hold him there for a fair chunk of time. There's like a minute and a half that passes before they actually break away. But it's not like they're not working. They're sort of working for a position. Tyron does try and go for a takedown at some point. Luque lands some really good knees to the body especially. There's some good knees to the body in the clinch range. And eventually they do sort of break apart. There is a bit of striking. I think Luque lands something to the body, but Woodley again pushes the pace. He's a bit more aggressive in this fight than he's been in his last few. And he pushes Luque up against the cage again. And is looking to try and get that position. Eventually Luque again manages to switch it around though. And it's sort of the same story as it was a few minutes, like a minute or two before. But Luque manages to get some more space with his legs away from Tyron, and they're trading knees to each other's leg, but Luque's also landing some really sharp-looking uppercuts to the body, and yeah, there's some good clinch action between these two, I'm not gonna lie. And then eventually it breaks away from that, and then this is where it gets fucking crazy. So, Woodley lands a hell of a right on Luque, and Luque, he will never get enough credit for this. Luque has a chin on him. He has an absolute fucking beast of a chin. He eats it, and he's a bit stunned, but as soon as Woodley tries to capitalise on the shot, Luque counters that with some hands of his own, and he's got Woodley on jelly legs. Tyron cannot stand up for the life of him. He's wobbling around trying to throw strikes, but he's out on his feet. And Luque is just chasing him, lands some really good punches, lands some really good knees, counters a takedown clinch into a plum clinch, and lands a knee on Tyron, and eventually Tyron sort of stumbles over to the other end of the cage. Luque chases him, and goes for a couple of shots, but while he's dazed, Tyron actually lands a really good right. That sort of gets Luque, but as soon as he gets in space, Tyron goes for a shot, but Luque lands an overhead left, and that makes Tyron fall down, go boom, on his front. But he's not out yet, and Luque manages to sink in a DOS choke. And because they're closer to the cage, Tyron can't really get any room in his hips to move away from it. And because of how strong the hold is, Luque is able to turn the hips against the cage, and with nowhere to go, Tyron is forced to tap due to a submission. So, that was pretty much the fight. Wasn't long. Probably one of the shortest Fight of the Nights I've ever done. And I was expecting this one to be Fight of the Night, if I'm being honest. If not this, then the main event between Ngannou and Miocic, but didn't last long. I still liked it, though. It comes to the question of if I would put it in my top 10 of the year. Probably not. I wanted this fight to be a bit longer because the fight isn't really super duper exciting. There's still some good clinch work, but it doesn't get to the exciting bit until near the end, and it feels too one-sided on the side of Luque to be Fight of the Night worthy, but Tyron does show a bit of steam. He does show a bit more aggression, and he made Luque work for it. I've got to give him credit for that. It's something that not a lot of fighters have been able to get Luque to do, but Luque was able to get out the win, got the Fight of the Night bonus as well, which was really, really nice. And I'm glad he won. He beat a former champion, which isn't saying much, to be honest, because Tyron lost his last 3 before this, and now he's on a 4-fight skid. And I feel bad about saying that because I do genuinely still like Tyron a little bit. But it is Luque's time. And I think that this win, if he can get a couple more this year, I really think he could be champion before the year's out. I want to see him take on Kamaru Usman. Because that would be an amazing fight. 2 former Black Zillions members. Are they? I think they're both still with the Black Zillions, actually. It'll be interesting to see if it works, is my point. So, yeah, really solidly entertaining for as short as it was. I said the same thing basically about that the last fight of the night I did, which was ended in the second round, because that was a really good knockout that ended that. I sort of feel the same way to this one, but I don't like this one as much. Still enjoyed it because it's got two fighters I like in it, and still a good fight worth seeking out if you want to watch it. It's not going to take up too much of your time either, so yeah, do with that what you will. And with that being said, that's about it for this video. The next thing you'll see me for will probably be a stream tonight, actually, because I usually stream on Tuesdays, but the CWL, who I work for, they're going to be doing a stream at some point tomorrow, and it might be at the same time as when I usually stream PBW vs AVW, and I don't want to get in the way of that. So the stream might be tonight, or it might be Wednesday. I haven't really decided yet. It might be tonight, because I've got a lot of videos planned this week. I've got to get the full Slipknot episode done of backtracking. That's hopefully going to be tomorrow. Then after that, I've got Music of the Week to do, then another episode of that. Then maybe a third episode on Friday, but I'm planning to take a break around then and get back to Music of the Week, like the week after. And by that point, the schedule should have realigned itself, I'm hoping. Well, the schedule. What I call a schedule. So, that's all the plans I really have for the future. Obviously there's going to be a stream on Friday night as well of me just dicking around and playing whatever the hell I want, so look forward to that as well. And I'll see you all possibly tonight. I haven't decided yet. We'll find out. As always, thank you for watching. You're awesome. Bye-bye.